Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Lorianne Casdia. Our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. Well, welcome to the show. I'm so excited. You know me. I love doing this. I love bringing new people to you to learn more things about everything that people are doing out there. I am a life and business transformational success coach, and I help illuminate and empower others to find and embrace their life purpose, live their highest vision, and forge a strong foundation so they can soar to success. For more information, please find us at ldcstrategies.com and, of course, LoriAnneCasdia.com. Today on our show, we have one of our Women Who Dream co-authors and sisters. There you go. Erin McCahill. She is a corporate leader, an entrepreneur, a mentor, an innovator, a personal and professional culture creator, and a #1 international best-selling author. I know that, in 6 countries, my girl. She has a diverse background that has led to a successful career and has built a strong reputation in building new and revitalizing low-performing organizations that deliver exceptional results while also providing a superior customer experience. Erin has received numerous awards and recognition of her success. She's also an entrepreneur providing business. I got interrupted by a phone call right here into the studio. She is also an entrepreneur providing business retake. She is also an entrepreneur providing business consulting and coaching services, and has found her passion that drives her, helping others build personal and professional cultures, enduring tremendous loss as a young adult and a domestic violence survivor. She is a deep believer of dreaming big and never stop chasing those dreams. I'm right there with you, girl. She has an extraordinary life with the most incredible, not so incredible experiences and everything in between. She has had to rebuild her life, me too, find who she was, find her passion and her way a couple of times because she didn't listen to the Lifeguard. Welcome to the show, Erin.
Oh, Lori, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here, and it's great to see you out today.
It's great to see you too. So let's just jump in. First of all, your chapter in Women Who Dream, holding the book up. There you go. Women Who Dream is listen to the Lifeguard. So let's back up for a second before we get to your chapter. Let's talk about, how did we get here today? What was the defining moment? We all have these moments that are, I call them pivots in our life. We have transitional moments. Those are usually the pivots, but we also have these nudges. We have these whispers. We have these moments that give us indicators that other things are coming down the pike. What was your defining moment that shifted you to take another road and be on the journey that you are right now?
So prior to the global pandemic that we are going through, right? Still,
not in my mind.
Not really. We're done.
We're done. It's like any other flu. It just It came on hard. So nope, not buying it. Sorry.
So that historic. I was doing my own business consulting and high performance coaching after a very successful career that I moved on from. I figured out then that I still love that corporate world. So I'm call myself a corporatepreneur, right? An entrepreneur in that corporate realm. I decided to go back and interview for jobs. March 13th happened, everything shut down. And during this process, I did some virtual job fairs. One evening, I got this media request from 60 Minutes, and I got interviewed for 60 minutes. I sat down and I shared my story with the world. That was the defining moment, because the number of people that reached out to me that I didn't know that just said, thank you. You gave me hope. I have a similar background. I thought I was the only one going through this.
You do, right?
You do.
You feel very isolated, because I have a similar story. It's not the same, but I have a similar story. And it is those defining moments, and sharing it is courageous. So I give you kudos for that. Sharing it, exposing yourself, allowing yourself to be vulnerable also is incredibly freeing, don't you find?
It is. It was so humbling, freeing. And I'm like, wow, it was scary. because I was very vulnerable. I just told the entire world what I'm going through, but I impacted people. And that really shifted, ignited something inside of me that I need to help others. And that's why I went on this journey with Women Who Dream to really share my journey. So I want to impact the world by showing up for myself and serving others with my story and my experiences to let people know that it's not just you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know when I was going through what I was going through, it was very isolated, but we kind of isolate ourselves. And it's just like, how do you share it with people? The people around us aren't experiencing it. So you feel incredibly vulnerable because other people haven't experienced it. You don't want to feel judged and you don't know where to turn to get help and assistance because it's like, well, I don't need this assistance because it's not that bad, but it's bad enough that I need assistance. But that area isn't there. And by coming out, telling your story, it really does help. I had a similar situation where doing this chapter allowed me to have a voice in it and hopefully help somebody else. I jumped the hurdle of my fear. And really put that out there to help one person, even if I help one person. And that's what you do with your chapter, Listen to the Lifeguard. So in my intro for you, I had indicated that you had great and not so great experiences. And I love that you say that because I always talk about negative as contrast, not negative, but not so great experience. And it helped you overcome the tough moments in life and how and what did you learn and what tools did you gain by jumping those hurdles? I love sharing this with our listeners.
No, absolutely. So as you mentioned, I'm a domestic violence survivor. And through this journey of writing this book, I lost my father at a young age, early on. And that was really hard. I was very close to him. And that was really, really difficult. Yeah. And I thought I grieved because when he passed away, I had to sort of step in and help with our family. And I thought I'd been doing fine. When I sat down and wrote this chapter, I realized I did not grieve at all the way I should have.
Yeah.
And so through this process, I have made decisions that I really shouldn't have made down the road. And that is everywhere from wrong investment, wrong friendship, wrong relationship. You know what? Maybe this wasn't the right trip to take. So many different things happened and I couldn't figure out why all these years. And it took me 52 years to figure out that the universe will give you signs.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We talk about that all the time here is that there's the nudges and whispers that we're not paying attention to that we're like, no, I got this. And we make other choices, but I want to change your lens on the mistakes, the bad choices you're saying you made. But for those choices, you wouldn't be here right now. But for those experiences, you wouldn't be here right now because you needed that to become the person that you are right now, to be able to share and serve your former self. So that they don't have to jump those same hurdles that you jumped. So I love that you said that, but yeah. So what happened? So you noticed that, you recognized it. And yeah, girl, it comes later. It comes when we're ready to see it. And you were ready at that point, right? What made you ready at that point? Did you ever take stock of that? What was the thing that made you ready at that point?
Every year around my birthday, I go to the beach because the water is calming for me. I sit, I reflect on years past in my journals, my goals, and then I set new goals. And that year I was sitting there and I was writing and I'm like, what is going on? And I was at the beach and I was literally at a lifeguard chair right next to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. If I was at the beach today and I was in the water and the lifeguard jumped up off the chair, put the red flag in the sand, blew the whistle, everybody out of the water because the sharks are coming, what would you do? You'd run away. Well, I realized I have been running into those shark-infested waters because I have not been listening to the lifeguard, which is the universe. And when I look back at everything that I've written on my journey here in life, the signs were there. Oh, and I ignored it.
Yep.
I wasn't open. I'm like, no, let me see if I can help. I can overcome this. You've got to listen to the lifeguard.
And it's easier. So, in my chapter, it's called Two Choices, and it's a similar kind of concept, but it's two choices. You either do it or you don't do it. You move forward or you move backwards. You are stuck or you're unstuck, right? And, there were nudges along the way. There were nudges along the way to say, Lorianne, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. No, I got this. I know how to do this. Round peg, square hole, all the way, right? Okay. And I wasn't learning. And one thing we all know, right, is universe will continue to serve you the same lesson until you learn it. And that's what you were doing. You didn't run towards the shark infested waters. You were in the shark infested waters, and you just didn't get out at the whistle. And the universe was giving you those whistle signals, and you were like, nah, I got this. Don't worry. The shark's nowhere near me. I got this. I have protective clothes on. Don't worry about it, right? You're just like, I got this. And that's what we do, of course. And it's so much simpler when we start taking those little nudges, those little whispers, because what happened to me is I didn't listen to the nudge. I didn't listen to the whisper. I didn't listen to the punch in the arm. I didn't listen to the slap on the face. I didn't listen to the punch in my face. I waited till the truck ran over me and backed up over me before I was like, oh yeah, I got this now. But sometimes, it's those experiences that make us even stronger, and that also allow us to take those tools to help other people. And that's why we do go through these things. But what I see you doing, which is amazing, is you're taking that courage, stepping out to help other people, to maybe say, by the way, that was a universal nudge. Going to pay attention. Mm-hmm. I love that you said that. And I love that the metaphor of the lifeguard, because it's a really good visual of, get out of the water. It's time. Let's shift in a different direction. And did you fight the directional shifts for a while?
Oh, I did. Yeah. It has taken me literally 52 years to realize and really listen and take those signals and not fight it, and just acknowledge and go, okay, I understand. That's the lesson. That's the red flag. Other direction we need to move in.
Give me some examples. And, we talk about shifting. I talk about signals all the time. I talk about nudges and whispers. That's languaging that we all use in coaching, and we all use in our business. But give me some examples. I know for me, if I'm having a day and I'm asking the question, is this the right direction? I'll have all green lights, believe it or not, driving down the street. That's a signal for me. What are some signals that you got? What are some nudges?
So some of the nudges are, I've had people call me and have a conversation about what I'm thinking and trying to decide. So it's sort of weird how that happens. It's just a random conversation I'm having, and then the answer comes up through it. I've also had where the universe has literally given me text messages, or I've seen things through emails and stuff that have given me the answer. They're right there, clear as day. And I ignore it.
Yeah. So run away. And we're like, no, I got this. What?
No. That doesn't mean run away. That means let me stay. But it's the opposite, right? So it's those signs as well.
Or that's not for me. That's for somebody else.
Exactly. It's taking it and not making it you and not owning it.
How about songs? Have you ever been having a question in your head and struggling, and all the words to the song are really giving you the answers?
Yes, that has happened. Or I've driven by a sign and I'm like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
A sign that you've driven by it many, many times, and then suddenly it was just so germane to the question that you had in your head, or the struggle you were having, or the challenge you were having at that moment, right? Isn't that amazing? Don't you get goosebumps now? Because now
I do. I have them now, because it's just the other day I was driving down and there's a billboard on the way to the airport. I travel a lot, and it's always been there. And I was struggling a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what I need to do. The message was right there, and then they'll pop up, but you have to be open, and you have to slow down here in life. And this is my other lesson. You've got to slow down to listen and see the signs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's key. You don't have to run at the rapid pace.
100% is that in order to see, otherwise it goes right by you. It's like driving on the LAE, the Long Island Expressway, is that it goes right by you. It's just like a lot of speeding cars by you, and cars will speed down. It's amazing. Sometimes, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I've had experiences where things seem to just slow down in front of you, where all of a sudden it's almost like universe is saying, all right, apparently fast isn't working for you. So I'm going to slow everything else down in front of you. So it's like right there. So that absolutely, it's right in your vision. Like it's shy of turning your face to make you see it, and then process it and digest it. And that's the thing, is sometimes we see it, but we don't acquaint it back to ourselves. That's when that's for me kind of a thing. And I will say that, when you're looking around, you happen to notice that license plate that has maybe like angel numbers on it. Look it up. Look up what 333 means. Just look it up to see if it has any meaning for you, right? Do you find that as well?
I do. I find that. And then I'll see hearts. That's a big sign for me. I'll see hearts around, as well as, those little like white dandelions that fly, right? I see those. They'll just show up when I'm looking for comfort and what do I need to do next when I have that anxiety? But it shows up when it needs to.
Always. You have to trust, right? That's a common theme. I know you guys hear it from me all the time, but it's about trust. You have to trust yourself, trust the universe has a plan. Because here's the thing, and I know I say this, is that it's almost like Waze or Google. There are 3 different ways we can get someplace, right? And they give you different routes. One is a really, really long way. One is a short, direct way. And one is a medium way. And we can choose any of that. That's just like life. Sometimes we take the long route, and it's sometimes very painful because we chose that. And it's about choices. We can choose to go that way, or we can choose to take the nudges and go the direct line. It's faster. It's more joyous. And here's the really secret sauce. I know, Erin, I'm going to let everybody know. Secret sauce is it's easy. We don't have to work hard. We just have to take action. We don't have to take the hard, long route. We can go directly, and life is supposed to be joyous and easy. So I'm sure this has happened to you where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I made this decision. Suddenly I get a phone call. Suddenly this happened. It's so coincidental. Not at all. It's universe giving you confirmation. Yes, keep going. Yes, you're on the right track. Yes. If there's struggle, that's universe telling you too. Almost like if you've ever had bumpers and when you bowl, it's like universe batting you back in, or a cat playing with the ball. You ever see a cat play with the toy?
Yeah.
You bat it in between their paws, right? Right. It's similar. Universe will say, no, going outside the coloring of the line, so to speak. A lot of metaphors there, right? But going outside it, and they try to shift you back in. And if you listen, you'll go, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Have you ever said this to yourself? I'm so glad that I didn't do this, or I'm so glad I did do this. It's because the universe was saying, hey, do this. If you hear it, hey, did I lock my door? Go back and check. There's a reason why that thought came up, right?
Right. And you have to listen. You have to clear your mind and listen. And you have to also, I've learned through all of this, you have to be okay with just being. Yeah. It's okay.
Well, explain that. What does that mean? I know what that means, but what does that mean?
Right. So for me, that means it's okay that you didn't get everything done on your list today. It's okay that you're not going to every event that you've been asked to this week. It's okay to stay home. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to write down how you're feeling. It's okay to share what you're feeling. It's healthy to do that.
Without
help you move forward.
Without a doubt. And that's what moves forward. See, and I think it comes down to being genuinely yourself. Mm-hmm. Vulnerable, happy, in control, not in control. I know right now, as we're speaking, we have 6 planets in retrograde. That is making a lot of people uncomfortable because a lot of things are being revealed to them. A lot of things that have been masked and false are being revealed, and we are forced to make some choices. I look at it as great opportunity. Okay, let me clear this out. It no longer serves us, and let's move on and find the best way to go. Other people are losing their mind saying, oh, I can't take this. I can't, and they're just seeing everything in a very contrasting negative way. And it's an opportunity, right? So I love the opportunity that it presents of, okay, it's uncomfortable. Do I want to be doing this? Not really, but it is giving me a chance and giving us a chance to move forward. So I really look forward to continuing this conversation. You are listening to A Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. We're going to take a small little break, come back with Erin, just so that we can continue this great conversation. Sorry about the pup. I brought her into work with me today. Talk to you guys in a few. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Lorianne Casdia. If you would like to be a guest or lift up your business, product, or not-for-profit, or if you have some questions or a comment, please email us. You know we love hearing from you, and we answer every single person who does. Email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. That's healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. Now, you know whether your goal is improving your health, increasing prosperity in business, developing a business and marketing strategy, or nurturing your spiritual growth, you're in the right place. We help you shift your mindset, harness your talents, remove your resistance, and rise above your limitations. I know I call out for my Super Balls. You guys know who you are. If you resonate with that at all, please come and talk to me, because we are really here to empower our Super Balls to help you create your desired reality. Go to ldcstrategies.com for more information about being a Super Balls. In the meantime, we're going to go back and continue our conversation with Erin. Erin is unbelievable. Erin, what is your website so people can reach out to you? And thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's themcahillgroup.com.
And it's MCCAHILL group.com, themcahillgroup.com. Yeah, Listen to Your Lifeguard is the chapter you did in Women Who Dream. Yes, it's time. Do it, girl. Yeah, nice. Little Vanna action here for the people who are watching our program. So, you know, we were talking about your story, and Listen to the Lifeguard really was a nice culmination of getting out there and getting your voice out there to help as many people. Because what we're all in this book for is to help inspire and motivate people and help them have healthier choices and help them with tools. So what has this writing the story done for you personally?
Personally, this has helped me grieve. My father passed away while I was younger. I thought I grieved, but I didn't. I didn't grieve the way that I needed to. And that was part of some of the reasons why I didn't listen to the Lifeguard, because I suppressed that so much. I was filling a void. Yeah. So this was really healing. And it happened at the right time. And we talked before, you know, things happen when they're supposed to. I just recently lost my mom, and I don't think I would have been able to do what I had to through this process and be where I'm at without having gone through the correct grieving process, which this book and writing this chapter and putting it out there did for me. And I also learned through this that there are so many things, like you don't need to keep it in that little box. If you share your story, you're going to connect with someone. It might help them, but they might be able to help you. And I probably could have grieved earlier on in life, but there's a reason why
you weren't ready. I
wasn't ready.
Yeah. No, we aren't ready. We get things and we have the tools presented to us when we're ready. And I know it sounds really crazy, but we weren't ready to do that. And going through the process, I know writing my chapter, there were days that I was just so weepy because I had to relive it. In order to write the chapter, I had to relive it. And I was weeping for the loss of the former me and some of the losses, but also I was weeping out of gratitude for the benefits of what resulted as a result of me going through that process. So I'm sure you felt all of those emotions at the same time. There were days I was like, I have a cacophony of emotions going on here, and it's overwhelming.
Absolutely. Like I would write one sentence or 3 words, and then I would be crying for hours because I'm like, okay, that wasn't, but I had to do it. Yeah. And what I felt like, I don't know if you felt this, like I felt like I lost that shell, that outer body that's been protecting me. Yeah. And I call it
yes, it does. We freed ourselves is what we did. We were imprisoning ourselves. And a very good friend of mine from years ago said to me, Lorianne, let yourself out, you're not letting people see who you are. And it didn't resonate. I was like, I don't understand. But I had a wall, a moat, and another wall. That's how thick the protection was, because I felt the need that I had protected myself. What I didn't see was I wasn't protecting myself from them. I was actually putting myself into my own little jail, living who I was and letting people see who I was, good, bad, ugly, with the vulnerabilities, with the capabilities. I didn't have to be the answer person. And that goes back to childhood and blocks that I had and the whole 9 yards. So it got me through all of that in just the process of writing this. And this is just my two chapters, two choices rather, chapter is just the beginning. My book next year is the whole story. So that you get, from beginning to where I am now, and you can see the whole progression of what transpired. And I'm sure that, everybody has their own story and everybody has challenges. And one thing I remember saying to myself, and I bet you I'm right on this, you probably said it to yourself, is I know that there are other people out there that have much worse situation than I'm going through. So suck it up, buttercup. And that's what I was saying to myself. And even so, I still needed to honor, and this is what I learned, I still needed to honor that I was going through what I was going through. And I needed to honor the fact that I was able to accomplish it and move beyond. And the reason was so that we can help other people and inspire other people. So jumping that hurdle, jumping that fear of sharing that, exposing your vulnerabilities was freeing. I mean, I got nothing. There's nothing hidden. Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on
it's
back.
not.
I own what I own,
Exactly. And it was amazing when our book came out, the number of people that are
What book was that? What was it?
Oh, that book?
Yep, that's the one. Shameless plugs. Yes, we're known for shameless plugs.
Exactly. So the people that said, I've known you all these years, I didn't know that. I didn't know this because I kept it all in, and we're talking about freeing, like it felt just great. And like, there's no fear, like fearless. That's it now.
And isn't there, I'm sorry to cut you off. Isn't there a fine line between like throwing up your life and sharing?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
And
I had to find that. I didn't want to throw up my life. Everybody doesn't need to know what I'm doing, that I'm on my porch right now, having a cup of coffee and doing whatever. It was very fine. But I think that the defining point was when I was speaking to Kate Butler, who was our publisher, and she really gave me encouragement to share my story because it would help somebody else. And sharing it in order to help someone else also helps us heal as well.
It does. And, I realized also along this journey that, I use, my grandmother used to crochet. So I'd watch her for hours and, she brings in different pieces of yarn. And that's how I equate my life, like building my life blanket out there, right? And different pieces come in at different times. And early on in my life, there were core things that happened that actually helped me later on.
Yeah.
So you don't know why you're going through it. You just have to accept it.
Yeah.
And someday it will be revealed why you were in that situation.
Yeah. And you saying that absolutely checks out. It absolutely checks out, because what happened in the past created the person that I am was very germane to be here right now. So if that had not happened, it would have been different. If I had not chosen to leave that job, it would be different. If I had not chosen to literally sneak out of a job previously that had you bolted in, that you had to find a way to get out without them knowing, get another job without them knowing, because they would blow it up. They would literally blow up the opportunity and you would be stuck because they didn't want to have to replace you. So they would, they didn't care. They would wreck your reputation. They would say things that were not true, whatever it took to keep you there. And we see a lot of that right now. People are saying whatever it takes to get the end result in leadership right now in our country, to get the result that they want, with no concern, complete disregard to how it impacts the rest of the people. And so those kind of things, you kind of have to sneak out and find your own way to be able to navigate. Those are little indicators. Make notice of that. So this is what your story's done for you, right? So what's your leadership coaching philosophy? I love it when you share this.
So my coaching philosophy and leadership, right? So you've got to be authentic. You can't hide anything. You really need to be raw. You need to be accountable. You need to be real and open communication. You got to let your emotions out and you've got to dream big. You can do anything. Don't put the blinders on and just go to that dream. That's what you need to do.
So why be authentic? Why be genuine? Why put the blinders on? Why not be concerned with what other people think? Why?
Because you've got to show up for yourself before you can serve others.
Exactly.
And that's the only way to do it.
And as a leader, you're going to have people who are going to say, you're not going to make everybody happy. You're going to, and again, just going through that myself, you're not going to make everybody happy. And as a leader, you have to be strong enough to hold up under what people are going to say about you. But it's none of our business what anybody else thinks, as long as you're doing it with a good intention, as long as you do it with a good heart. Mm-hmm. And you're genuinely yourself with no harm to cause no harm to others. And I think that's really good. That's where I always go back to the 4 agreements. If you don't take things personally, right? Mm-hmm. You don't make any assumptions. You do the best you can, show up the best you possibly can. And I can't remember the third one, but the most important ones is don't make assumptions. Right. Don't make assumptions about other things and don't take things personally. So those are things that, I live by every day is you just need to show up as the best you. That's all we can control. Mm-hmm. That's our point of power right there. Our response to everything, right?
It is. That is absolutely the point of power. It's being authentic, real, doing everything with integrity, and just showing up.
And having a dream, I love it. Some people don't even dream. Have a dream. Have that dream. It's like, oh no, that could never be me. Why not? Tell me why not. Tell me why it can't be you, right?
It can be you.
Yes, exactly. So I love your coaching philosophy. I think it's dead dog on, point on. What's the next phase of your journey?
So it's really showing up and serving myself first, right? I've really had to work on that. That's been hard, but it's really then now taking that and serving others. So I really want to make an impact. I'm a culture creator. I can help you personally or even professionally get you to where you need to go. But then the other part is working with companies and helping them build culture. We have a different world out there, a new normal out in the business world, in the corporate world, right? And our cultures are confused. We're a remote company. We're not remote. We're back in the office. Well, now we're remote. We don't know who we are. We've got to get our identity again.
Yeah.
And that's where my expertise comes into play, not only coaching personally, but also in that corporate realm. I really can visualize success, right? I know and I can see where we need to take calculated risks to get to our end plan and our goal.
Sure.
And the bigger the dream, the more fun you will have on that journey.
Oh, without a doubt. And so those calculated risks, without risk, you have no change. So, when I'm coaching, I'm really comfortable being uncomfortable. Yes. To the point where I'm uncomfortable being comfortable because I know that I'm not growing, right? So that sounds like a crazy, crazy statement, but if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. And so that uncomfortability is taking those risks. What's the worst thing that can happen? And that's the strategy building that you're really good at. Tell us a little bit about your company, about your business. And then I have another question that I love to ask my guests. Go ahead.
The McCahill Group, we do some personal individual coaching, high performance, as well as getting you to your goals and your dreams. And then I also work with businesses. I do business consulting. I also help with, employee recognition, employee culture building, anything on that realm. I'd love to build out different areas. We have Women Who Dream.
Yeah,
so our mission and our goal is to get this around the world to impact just one person. So I hope to be speaking out in the world on this and bringing this around on my travels as well.
Yes.
To build that out. So
I go nowhere without our book.
Right? Exactly. And, the mission really is to inspire and make an impact through helping people personally and professionally.
Well, you're inspiring us today, what you're doing and your transformation is just remarkable. And I know you're proud of yourself, but you should be so proud of yourself. And I'm so proud of and for you. What's your superpower?
I'm a culture creator.
Culture creator. I love that. Explain that for our listeners.
So I can help you get out of your rut and change where you're going. I can help build a whole new culture that you want to live in, to live your best life personally or professionally. And part of this, from my corporate expertise is really taking organizations and bringing them from either low performing or stagnant to high performing organizations out there through this. And I just am so passionate about seeing people succeed.
Beautiful. Love it. What are you most proud of?
I am most proud of being able to be so vulnerable and sharing my story out there. That is the hardest thing to do, but it is amazing what it has done for me, for others, and my journey in life. I am so proud of what I've accomplished. I have rebuilt my life several times, and I know I'm a fighter. I know I'm a survivor, but now it's at a different level because my story is out there impacting the world.
What gives you the, I'm going to use the word energy. What gives you that fuel to continue to rebuild? What is it? What's behind Erin that allows you to do that?
It's really just going after my dreams. I've always been a big, wildly big dreamer since I was a little girl, and I never lost that.
Yeah.
And that's something that's important. Don't lose those dreams. Go back to when you were like 3 or 4. And I always, I coach teams this. I'm like, always be that 3-year-old. A 3-year-old will ask, why? You're curious. You're going to get to the top of the mountain, even though you can't, and the rocks are falling down. You're going to go because you're going to find what's on top of there because you're so curious.
Exactly.
You gotta do the same thing. We get boxed in. You sort of mentioned that before, right? We sort of get boxed in. Be that 3-year-old. That's what you have to do.
Yeah. Dance the dance.
And those
dance. My people are 5. So we're this many.
Uh-huh.
So, and that's the same thing I always held on to the little girl, and something said to me, never lose that little girl, that girl who was curious, that girl who asked a lot of questions, that girl who got thrown out of catechism for asking too many questions. To this day, people are like, dear Lord, you ask so many questions. It's because I'm curious. I love to learn about people. I love to learn about new things. I have a really swift learning curve, right? So that curiosity is what energizes me. That's part of my energy. But you took that curiosity, right? And you just continue to take the dream, that big dream, that big dreamer. It's so good to be dreaming, to see what the possibilities are. Otherwise, we end up in a Groundhog Day scenario.
Yeah.
Or if you ever saw Vacation, look, kids, Big Ben Parliament, where you're stuck in the circle, it's that's how you feel. You feel like you're in that mouse wheel, and you just can't seem to get out. And sometimes we just have to open the door and jump, trust, and see where it takes you. And that's where I think we both have a lot of commonality, is that's where we jumped out to do. We serve similar populations, and there's so many people out there and so much to serve. And that's why we support each other. And I do this disclaimer a lot about Women Who Dream, is that, there you go, my girl, is that it's not a book for just women. These are 30 women. There's 30 of us who are dreaming and sharing what we've learned and our dreams to help other people. It's about 30 women who dream, but this is great for everybody, for women, for children, because you just never know where they are. And when they're ready, the book will get to them. And I feel that so strongly and deeply. What's your why? Why do you do what you do?
I love to give back. It's just my passion to help others. I am a giver, a caretaker, and I want people at the best place. Life is short. Life can be hard, as I've gone through it.
Operative, you've gone through it.
I've gone through it, and I want people to live their best life. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, no, it's life is meant to be joyous. We're supposed to learn and we're supposed to serve. And
Yep.
and when we look at life that way, it is beautiful, and they have beautiful smiles on our faces. Notice we're always smiling. Did you ever notice that? All the women who dream are always smiling because we're so joyous, because we're doing what we're passionate about. When you find your passion, follow that passion. Don't listen to naysayers. Follow the passion. There's a reason why you're feeling it, and just follow the signs. The universe will not guide you wrong. Universe got your back.
That is right.
That's the name of my book. Universe got your back, because
Absolutely.
it's just because that's what it is. And you're just so dynamic. And Erin, sharing your story so openly, I really do admire you. I'm so grateful that you came on our show today at Healthy Lifestyle. I just love what you do. Listen to the Lifeguard is real important for people to take a moment and listen to it, because if you do, it'll resonate in your head. And as you're going through life, it'll just remind you, oh, I got to listen to the Lifeguard. I have to listen to those nudges, right? Yeah. So, and your why is beautiful. Serving others is what we do, right? Mm-hmm. Last thoughts for our listeners?
You know what? It's okay to be. Take in every moment, live in every single moment, breathe deep, right? And enjoy it, and listen to the Lifeguard. You can connect with me on my website. My email is out there, em@themccahillgroup.com. Follow me on social media. I would love to connect and share more of my story and help you where you're at get to where you want to be.
Awesome. Erin, you're awesome. Thank you so very much. And thank you for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I know you have a lot of choices, and we're so grateful that you choose to spend this time with us. Again, I want to thank our guest, Erin McCahill. She is dynamic. If you get a chance, check her out at her website, themccahillgroup.com. And I really encourage you to do that. In the meantime, also, if you're looking for a business coach, accountability, strategy, direction, a sounding board, or someone to help streamline your business and more, you feel free to reach out to us. We will help you. If we can't help you, we'll send you to other coaches. We have a big circle of coaching influences. I know 30 of them in what, Erin? In Women Who Dream. That we can reach out and send to make sure you have the best fit and certainly help you soar to success. Thank you again for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. We look forward to seeing you or being with you next Saturday at 3 p.m. Until next time, play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big. Have a great day, everyone.